This is a DeWALT 60 volt, 4.5 to 6 inch electric grinder. And this is also the same thing. The difference, this one's a little bit newer. This older one is a DCG414. This newer one is a DCG418. These are basically the exact same tool. This one's just seen a lot more use. And about a year ago, I picked up this one to be a complement to it because I got tired of switching between cutoff wheels and flap discs. I really like both of these, and I liked it so much, I went and I bought this other one. Now, what's the difference between this older DCG414 and this newer DCG418? Well, it comes down to the battery base. And if you can see, the base is a little bit different here. And what DeWALT is doing on some of their newer tools, you can see they have this base, and not everything has this base. Well, what's at the base here? Well, I believe this is part of that chip management, asset management thing that can go in. So I don't have that for any of my tools, but I believe that's where this would go. So the only difference between these two is really that this one can have that job site management, asset management locator chip in it. Otherwise, they're the same speed, they're the same torque, and these are great grinders. I absolutely love having it. This 60 volt one has so much oomph to it. It really can just cut right through something, and you barely ever hear it bog down on anything. A lot of power to these tools. I've also had the 20 volt versions of these, you know, a smaller tool, a little bit lighter duty. And I was using that until it got stolen out of my toolbox when I was traveling. And now I'm just down to this. What's the real difference between the 60 volt and that 20 volt? Obviously more power. These 60 volt batteries can be really big, a lot of capacity in them. If you're using this thing a lot and you're using it every day, the bigger motor is nice and helpful. The 20 volt though is just a smaller, lighter tool. So if you're in a situation where you just need to quickly go something like cut the padlock off of a storage unit before you watch Storage Wars, well, then the 20 volt might be okay. But for real fabrication use, I wouldn't want to try to get along with just the 20 volt. I think you really need a heavier duty tool if you're cutting a lot of steel, if you're doing a lot of grinding, flap disking, wire wheeling things. I think you need the power of the 60 volt tool. What else do I like about the 60 volt tool? Well, they have a brake. Both of these have a brake in them. And you can see when I turn this on, it stops pretty quickly. This is in comparison to, you know, these old cheap grinders that we used forever that were corded, where the thing spun down for like 5 minutes and you had to be careful where you put it because you would grind something or yourself. So I really like the 60 volt tools. I really like this grinder. I've gotten great use out of both of these. They do have a screen on them. You ought to clean this on occasion. Look, I need to clean this one again. You ought to clean that, and I just make sure to keep the motor clean, you know, get the screen cleaned up. Because if you let dust and debris get in through there, it will kill these. I do have a friend who's a contractor and was doing tile work with a masonry blade, dry, and all the dust from him cutting tiles using this actually got into here and killed it. So you do need to make sure to keep these clean, especially if you're doing something like cutting ceramic tile dry. You're going to get dust around. Don't breathe that either, by the way. So I like these tools. I recommend them for everybody. You can usually get a good deal around Black Friday for this tool with 1 or 2 batteries. But if you already have 60 volt batteries, and especially like this big honker, consider just buying the bare tool because these batteries are kind of expensive and the bare tool is a pretty good bargain, really. Alrighty. Well, if you like this content, give me a like, give me a subscribe. This will help the algorithm connect up my videos with other people that find them interesting, and it'll help out viewers like you. Alrighty, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.